Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Rumble earnings tonight. Rumble earnings, as you can see, it's a big drop. It spiked up, but then it sold off again. We've got 37 minutes before the earnings, and we'll be back very, very shortly. In fact, it's just slightly less than that, actually. I'm just going to amend that. We're coming up to 30 minutes. Let me just amend that time there. That's not quite right. That should be 31 right now. There we go. That's a more accurate time. Rumble earnings coming up very, very shortly. If it's your very first time here, consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. Let me know you're here. All the countries that are represented around the world. We have 38 countries joining us. And welcome to all of you. We're actually live on Rumble right now. As well. So welcome to all of you. The stock price is down, but it's come back up again, and it's a miss on earnings. If you've not yet already heard, Rumble is a miss on earnings. And in fact, it's still losing money. It's losing more money again. It was supposed to lose estimated of 8 cents a share. It's losing 15 cents a share. So it's doubled the loss that it was anticipated making. So it's not good. It's its worst earnings so far. Not looking good for Rumble. You might want to buy some now, perhaps. But anyway, there it is. Earnings just 30 minutes away. We'll see you back in just a few minutes' time. Welcome to the earnings. Lovely to have you here. Just a few minutes to go before the earnings. See you back in a few minutes' time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you've just tuned in to the Rumble earnings, just 24 minutes ago, we're going to bring the earnings to you. And it is a miss tonight, quite a dramatic miss. Not good for Rumble at all. They have missed. The stock popped up like 7% if you were able to sell it. It did a very quick sale and then went straight back down again. So there was an opportunity there to make some money on it. But it's gone back down again 23 minutes ago. Let me know you're here. Subscribe and ring the bell. Let us know you're here. If you come into the chat, we'll put your message on the screen. Tap the like button. That's really helpful to do that. I'll see you back in just a few minutes' time. 23 minutes ago. See you back in a few minutes. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Rumble earnings. And we've got just 12 minutes to go before the Rumble earnings start. I can tell you that, unfortunately, Rumble have missed on earnings. Not so good. Let me just take down the piano music background there just a little bit. Okay, so the Rumble earnings is 11.5 minutes away. If you are here on YouTube for the first time, click subscribe and ring the bell. Let me know you're here. 11.5 minutes. I will share your or Robinhood come to the UK already. What is that? I've got some information just come out there. Robinhood come to the UK already. Let's have a look. If I let me have a look. Got some comments coming in. Hi everyone, says Crag. Hi, says Fibonacci Blue. Welcome to you. How are you this evening? If I had after hours trading, would have to look a nice bit of took a nice bit of profit there and bounced back cheaper. It's painful seeing something shoot up and sell off. Trading 212, hurry up, release after hours on Robinhood. Come to the UK already. Absolutely. Yes, it did pop up and straight back down again. Got some information here from Crag on the Rumble earnings. And he has just said, breaking, Rumble, strong second quarter results. Let me just read that a minute. Rumble reports strong second quarter 2023 results. Quarterly revenue to date, 25 million, an increase of 468. But they missed on earnings, though. If we look at it, the earnings was... they're expected to make 8 cents per share, and it was minus 15 cents a share. So it's double the loss they expected. So minus 8 cents a share, and it was down to minus 15 cents a share. Robinhood postponed indefinitely their UK launch. No, that's not true. That information was a long time ago. The UK launch in the UK for Robinhood is this year. It was postponed, wasn't postponed indefinitely. It just was off the back burner on 2 quarters ago on the earnings. We report all the earnings, not all the earnings, but all the stocks that we're involved with. And we covered the earnings for Robinhood, and there's no doubt about it. Hang on a minute. I can hear some music coming from somewhere. Let me... just hang on a minute. I have some audio coming from somewhere. They're very, very odd. I have literally got some audio coming from somewhere that I can't trace. How bizarre is this? If you're listening to me now, I can actually hear some audio. You probably can't hear it. But oh my God, this is driving me bonkers. Where is that coming from? I'm gonna have to go through my windows a minute. Just bear with me. We're going to take Rumble off the screen. I'll bring it down here. I'll change screens. You can't hear it, which is good, but I can hear literally music playing somewhere. Very, very strange. Okay. Let me... Let me bring it down here. So I put Rumble on the screen, and just bear with me as I try and find out where my Rumble music is coming from. I've got to fix it. Can you imagine how annoying this is? I can hear Rumble playing in the back. I can hear music playing in the background. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. It's a saxophone playing. I'm going to find you. Where are you? Very odd. Okay, I'll keep, well, we've got 6 minutes to go, so hopefully I'll find it in time. That's tomorrow's show, so it's not there. How could this possibly be? Okay. This is odd. I apologize for this. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm glad you can't hear it, but I can. Oh my gosh. I'm just talking to myself. Ignore me right now. We've got a few minutes to go. I'm trying my best to eliminate this audio from somewhere. And it's the most weirdest thing I've ever seen. There's someone playing saxophone somewhere. Okay. HG. Wow. Okay, we'll keep talking. Rumble, as I talk to you, Rumble is still going down. So if you could hear what I could hear, there's someone sitting merrily along, playing the saxophone, having a whale of a time on my channel. And I can't work out where. And unless I can stop it, I won't be able to start the audio from them. So I have to find it. I have to find it. This is absolutely crazy. I'm looking at backup streams now. There it was. Okay. There it was. We found it. All right. Okay. Well, the good news is we found it. It was Rumble's broadcast playing on the backup stream, because I have backups and everything for everything. Probably shouldn't have backups. If I didn't have backups, that wouldn't have happened, would it? So anyway, now I can bring you the information that I want to show you. And we shall be good to go again. Okay. Blimey, what a game that was. All right. Well, the good news is we are back where we need to be. We are looking at Rumble's earnings, and we're about to bring it on the screen to you. We've got a few moments to go before the earning starts, 2.5 minutes. I managed just in time to find that music. So we're good now. Now I can bring prices back up on the screen. We can watch what's going on, listen into the earnings without any more drama. Okay. Welcome everybody over there on TikTok thinking, what is going on here? Anyway, we are good to go now. So let me go back over to this screen and I can share with you the earnings. There we go. We'll get... there you go. 2 minutes to go. I got it back here. And we're listening in. We have 2 minutes to go. When it starts, I will bring it to you. And in the meantime, stand by. And 1 minute just to go. 1 minute 40 seconds to go before the earnings begins. And we are ready now. That was a bit of drama. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to run out of time and not do it. Anyway. Depends how the pump goes. I'm reading all the comments. Apologies. Articles showing their website and states if any but article this year. Otherwise, no. It's happening this. You don't have to apologize, please. You try to share some important information, and it was, but it was just past tense now. What does Robinhood do after brokerages can't? Why do people like them so much in the UK? I'm not in the UK, so come across them really. Well, it's the best way of buying crypto, the best way of buying stocks. It's the most efficient way. They pay 4.9% more than any bank on your uninvested cash. They give you a 3% match on your Roth IRA, better than anybody else. They also pay you, that's nearly as much as you'd get from an employer. You have your own wallet for your crypto. What is there not to like about Robinhood? It's leagues ahead of everybody else. I don't understand why anyone wouldn't. Well, I know why. We all know what happened on the GameStop drama, but that's all past tense, and it was justified anyway. The only people that didn't like it were those that didn't like to be able to do bad trading. Well, I was fine with it. Right, here we go. We're listening in now. The Rumble earnings, 45 seconds away. We have it here on the screen. We're listening in. As soon as it comes live to us, I'm listening to the audio. We're just seconds away. Any second now, we shall have the earnings. So the moment the music stops, I shall bring it to you. Yeah, Robinhood's 24-hour trading on most stocks from Sunday night to Friday night. We're listening in. Welcome, everybody. If you're listening on Rumble on TikTok, we've got the Rumble earnings just moments away. We had a bit of drama a few moments ago with some audio coming through, but we found it. Okay. They are coming up to a minute late, but we do have it. So bear with us. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe, ring the bell. And as always, smash the like button. Any second now. The latest we ever had an earnings was 20 minutes. On average, between 1 and 2 minutes. Don't know why they can't go on time. Never understood that. How hard is it to go on time? Okay. Pre-market and after-hours trading is very useful.
Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and welcome to the Rumble second quarter 2023 earnings conference call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. A brief question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. If anyone should require operator assistance during the conference, please press star and then 0 on your telephone keypad. Please note, this event is being recorded. It is now my pleasure to introduce your host, Shannon Devine, Investor Relations for Rumble. Please go ahead.
Thank you, operator. I'm here today with Chris Pavlovski, founder, chairman, and CEO of Rumble, Brandon Alexandrov, the CFO, and Tyler Hughes, the COO. A press release detailing our second quarter 2023 results was released today and is available on the Investor Relations section of our company website. Before we begin the formal presentation, I would like to remind everyone that statements made on the call and webcast may include predictions, estimates, or other information that might be considered forward-looking. All forward-looking statements are made only as of the date of this webcast and should be considered in conjunction with the cautionary statements in our earnings release and the risk factors included in our filings with the SEC. Future company updates will be available via press releases and via the company's identified social media channels. I will now turn the call over to Rumble's founder, chairman, and CEO, Chris Pavlovski.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today. The second quarter of 2023 marks one of the most revealing quarters in the history of Rumble. Our business model is working and starting to provide exceptional results ahead of our expectations. I can say confidently, Rumble's content portfolio is now diversified. The diversified content in a time with a slow news cycle, in conjunction with major video and streaming product improvements, has helped drive Rumble's consumption to an all-time high of an estimated 11.8 billion average minutes watched per month in the second quarter. Rumble's average MAUs were 44 million, with significant growth in the coveted 18 to 25 demographic due to our expansive content offerings and declines in the older demos, partly due to a slow news cycle and news fatigue. We anticipate the older demos to start growing in the later half of 2023 and 2024 as the presidential election cycle starts to ramp up. The new sports leagues and top cultural influencers are now starting to show gains with brand advertisers. One of the more important product developments in the second quarter was the alpha release of RAC's Creator Sponsorship Marketplace. Typically, on other platforms, a creator monetizes through two sources: programmatic advertising and subscriptions. Most often, in the cases of YouTube and Patreon, for example, these two sources are fragmented. Rumble's offering that is unique to our platform, our better mousetrap, is the introduction of the Creator Sponsorship Marketplace, which creates three sources of monetization for a creator: programmatic advertising, subscriptions, and now sponsorships. No platform provides all of these sources seamlessly. This is how Rumble will differentiate and be the best place for creators to monetize. Here's the best part. We've already proven this model in a manual fashion. In order to substantially grow revenue, we must now take what our teams are doing manually and automate and scale it through RAC. Let me put this in perspective because I think it is very important. Rumble recorded $25 million in revenue in the second quarter, a record. But as I stated earlier, it's the most revealing quarter yet. A significant amount of Rumble's sponsorship revenue is currently being manually managed across a small segment of creators. To put it in perspective, fewer than 50 creators. And importantly, it doesn't include some of our biggest creators like Dan Bongino. It also doesn't include any meaningful revenue from our biggest signings in digital sports and cultural influencers like Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed. We anticipate that we will see the benefit of these signings in 2024 as the sales process ramps up. My team's goal is to take what we are doing with a small segment of creators and automate it via RAC across thousands of creators who can be onboarded rapidly. Think about this. From fewer than 50 to thousands, you can start to see how easily this can scale and what kind of impact this can have on revenue. We believe we are beginning to see a clear line of sight in this business and its growth trajectory given the significant opportunities in front of us. Rumble is only monetizing a small segment of creators, and we have proven that we have an immensely valuable audience, which is largely untapped, and it's especially untapped with our largest signings in 2023. We believe it's important to measure Rumble's revenue on a year-over-year basis. As we have articulated in the past, until RAC is fully launched and fully up to scale, we expect our quarters will continue to experience variability during the scaling and automation process. When looking at the business on a year-over-year basis, I want to highlight how we stack against the largest tech companies in the world. Starting in 2021, Rumble's early revenue growth on a year-over-year basis is on a similar trajectory to Facebook's in 2005 and 2006. What's not similar is how much capital our competitors required versus what Rumble requires. Rumble is trailblazing a new way in tech, one that includes a steadfast philosophy on spending, a shared belief in good old-fashioned hard work, building amazing teams, and most importantly, unlocking long-term value for shareholders without sacrificing growth. We do not need to raise tens of billions to take on big tech. We've already done that with less than $500 million. Think about this. We're generating similar revenue growth to big tech companies in their early years with only a fraction of what we believe will be the required capital. All of this has come before the introduction of one of our most anticipated products. For the full year of 2022, Amazon generated $80 billion in cloud revenue. Azure delivered 34, and Google 26. What Rumble has done in the video space with taking market share away from big tech is what we plan to do in the cloud business. Let me provide a little peek behind the curtain. Rumble's beta cloud offering is on pace to launch ahead of expectations. Our teams have been hard at work, and they expect to over-deliver on the product offerings. Rumble Cloud will now include virtual machines, Kubernetes, block and object storage, among many other services. I believe our cloud will serve a significant share of the cloud market that is disenfranchised with big tech censorship, as well as a significant share that is disenfranchised with big tech's pricing. We are already in discussions with a potential customer in the Fortune 500 and plan to provide more updates in the near future. To sum up, Rumble had an incredible quarter. Our revenues are tracking similar to what big tech accomplished almost 2 decades ago, and we are doing it with a fraction of the capital. Our moves with diversifying content are starting to show gains with brand advertisers. RAC is on pace to offer one of the most compelling monetization engines for creators, and our cloud offering is finally around the corner. We stand before a tremendous opportunity. I previously said that I believe 2024 will be our Super Bowl, and now I am more confident than ever in that statement. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. With that, I'll turn the call over to our CFO, Brandon Alexandrov.
Thanks, Chris. I'll now take you through our Q2 financials at a very high level before turning the call over to the operator for Q&A. As Chris mentioned, we reported revenues of $25 million for the quarter, our best quarter yet. This compares to $4.4 million for Q2 2022. The growth was primarily driven by an $18 million increase in advertising revenue and a $2.6 million increase in licensing and other revenue. The increase in advertising revenue was driven by an increase in consumption and, as Chris mentioned, the introduction of new advertising solutions for creators, publishers, and advertisers, including host-read advertising and RAC, both of which we started to build and test in the second half of 2022. The increase in licensing and other revenue was largely driven by subscription, as well as licensing creator contracts, tipping, cloud platform, and hosting fees. Our cost of services includes all programming and content costs related to payments to content providers, including amounts paid to creators based on revenues generated, as well as additional costs related to incentivizing top creators to promote and join our platform. Cost of services also includes third-party service provider costs, such as data center and networking, staffing costs directly related to professional service fees, and costs paid to publishers. Cost of services for the quarter were $40.8 million compared to $4.2 million in Q2 a year ago. The increase was due to an increase in programming and content costs of $35 million, hosting expenses of $700,000, and other service costs of $1 million. Moving to our cash position, we ended the quarter with $296.7 million in cash equivalents, and marketable securities compared to $338.3 million as of December 31st, 2022. To date, as intended, a large portion of our cash used has been to acquire content by providing economic incentives, including minimum guaranteed earnings, to a limited number of content creators, including sports leagues, which, as Chris mentioned, we have not yet begun to monetize meaningfully. This content acquisition strategy has allowed us to enter key content verticals and secure top content creators in those verticals before we have full monetization capabilities in place. Additionally, our financials and note disclosure in the 10-Q reflect the previously announced all-stock transaction for the acquisition of David Sachs' Callin during the second quarter. Lastly, and in light of Rumble becoming publicly traded, the company's audit committee of the board undertook a process to consider a potential audit firm change. This process included the committee inviting several registered public accounting firms, including Moss Adams LLP, to participate. Following completion of the process, on August 10th, the audit committee appointed Moss Adams, a large U.S.-based audit firm, as the company's new auditor. This change is also detailed in our earnings release and associated Form 8-K that we filed earlier today. That concludes my prepared remarks. Before I turn the call over to the operator, I invite you all to join Chris this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in an exclusive post-earnings interview with Matt Kohrs to be streamed live on the Matt Kohrs Rumble channel. I will now turn the call over to the operator to open up the line for questions from our covering analysts.
Thank you. We will now be conducting a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question, please press star and then 1 on your telephone keypad. A confirmation tone will indicate your line is in the question queue. You may press star and then 2 if you would like to remove your question from the queue. For participants using speaker equipment, it may be necessary to pick up your handset before pressing the star keys. One moment please while we poll for questions. Our first question is from Thomas Forte of D.A. Davidson. Please go ahead.
Great. 3 questions for me, and congrats on the quarter. So I know you gave a lot of details there, but on the cost of services side, and I apologize for opening with a cost of services side question, can you talk about which costs are fixed and which ones are variable?
Yeah, so there's certain costs that are variable that are contingent upon revenue, and that's the amount that we share with creators. We don't disclose the amount for each, but there's an element of that's variable, and then there's an element that's more fixed, which are the incentives that we pay to the creators as well, and that's more fixed.
Great. All right, and then you talked, I think, on this last call about your efforts to upgrade your user interfaces. Can you talk about where the initiatives are today?
Hey, Tom. It's Chris from Rumble. So yeah, our user interface, we made an extensive list of upgrades over the last quarter, which we'll be sharing on Twitter and on Truth later tonight. But a major overhaul that we're going to be doing the video page is expected to launch in the next 2 weeks.
Great. And then third and final, I feel like when you listen to pretty much any companies on this call, they go on at length about artificial intelligence and what it means. So can you talk about what AI means for Rumble?
This is Chris. Yeah, so we've been looking at artificial intelligence quite a bit in the last quarter, me personally, and obviously our tech side. Obviously, on the cloud side of the business, we are very anxious to start selling to that community on the cloud side. So once we get the cloud up and running, we think we can be a very important part to the AI community on the cloud. I see that as a massive opportunity growth for cloud as we roll that out later in the year. And in terms of Rumble and integrations of AI, we're looking at tools with respect to uploading and how it can make the experience for the creator easier and bring more tools to the uploading process as a creator.
So as a quick follow-up there, and that was very helpful, does it help you at all, or would it, or could it help you at all with moderating content? And then do you have any just broader philosophical views on AI as far as, it's, to what extent, if at all, it's going to be transformative, or just how it may or may not help you advance your efforts to be the neutral YouTube or be the neutral AWS? Yeah,
so what we're seeing in terms of AI, like the complaints of biases around it, it's something that I wouldn't want to touch moderation with at all at this point, just because of its infancy. So yeah, I wouldn't. We're not really willing to explore at this point in time any AI with respect to moderation. And when it comes to our T's and C's, we proposed a terms and conditions last year that we are still excited to roll out this year in terms of how we're going to process the moderation and involve the community in that. And I think that's a better step for us on the moderation front than using AI for that. And then can you repeat the second part of your question there?
Sure. Just philosophically, if you think that AI is going to be, transformative as it relates to your efforts to essentially run the neutral YouTube or the neutral AWS?
Yeah. So the way I look at it on the cloud, I see it as, there's a huge requirement for processing power for AI, and we feel like as a company we can service that market and help expand that market through our cloud.
Great. Thanks for taking my questions.
The next question we have is from Jason Helfstein of Oppenheimer. Please go ahead.
Hey, several questions. We can go kind of one at a time. So you called out the success of Kai and Speed. Any other metrics you want to share on other content deals that you announced in the first quarter that you've now seen? So that's question one. Just anything on kind of content metrics you want to call out besides Kai and Speed.
Yeah, so we're in the very early stages of the digital sports, the launches that we've had there. We also launched, academics, Gideon, Rice Gum. We're seeing like an incredible performance with Rice Gum. He's been one of our top streamers on the platform. We're really excited about that. And when it comes to these creators, like obviously Kai and Speed, I Show Speed had a medical situation in Japan where he's been out for the last month, but they're excited to ramp back up very shortly here.
And then,
but one more thing I wanted to add is the way we've really kind of shifted the audience in the last quarter to the 18 to 24 demo because of all these because of the digital sports and the cultural influencers. So we had a really significant audience in the 18 to 24 demo, and what I love about that is that as we go into the end of this year and into next year, we think we can compound those audiences, have both that 18 to 24 audience, and then the bring back with the news cycle on the older audiences. I see that as a real big opportunity for us.
And then it was good to see obviously the engagement per user was up pretty nicely quarter to quarter. However, obviously there was a cost associated with that showing up in the cost of revenues. Should we assume that like this quarter should mark the bottom as far as like the kind of like the negative gross margin? So from here there should be kind of just improved kind of leverage on that gross margin. So I don't know who wants to take that question.
Yeah, I'll answer that. We're not going to provide any guidance at this point, but what I will say is that I feel that we're at a point in this business where the content is very diversified, and we were very aggressive in the first and second quarter on bringing in new content and signing creators to the platform. We're going to continue to do that, but be very opportunistic with that. But I don't see the need to be as aggressive as we were in the last two quarters. So I don't think you're going to see us at the same pace that you saw in the last two quarters. But we will be very opportunistic when something that we feel that has a really good business case for us. We will jump on top of that. But we've met our goals on the signings in terms of diversifying and bringing in a younger audience. And now we're really focused on really monetizing that audience and growing the engagement over the next year.
And then on the selling expense, maybe how do you think about that needing to scale or increase as you increase revenue through RAC? So kind of how automated will the selling be, given you made your point that you're basically doing like $2 million per creator on an annual basis, right, with these 50 creators manually, and just how should we think about sales expense, relative to, RAC as you scale up and automate?
Yeah, the way, RAC, the beauty of RAC is that, it will carry multiple ways to monetize. The programmatic advertising route is going to be one way. The other route is going to be the sponsorship. Sponsorship requires, currently a lot more. It requires a very manual relationship with the creator. And what we want to do is we want to take that into complete automation, or as much automation as possible with as little overhead as possible in terms of managing that. So I do see massive opportunity with that and scaling that, and we have alpha released that now and are furthering and bettering that product as fast as we can. But I do see the cost of rack, obviously significantly less than doing it manually on a per creator basis.
And then just last question. Obviously we're pretty far into the third quarter at this point. So from a user standpoint, I don't know, just any, I know you're not going to give us kind of a quarter to date where we are with MAU, but just any kind of sense of, we've obviously worked off on a sequential basis, kind of, political. You have new content create on the platform. Like, do we think kind of we're at a bottom here now on kind of MAUs and it should grow sequentially?
I'm not going to provide any guidance, but I will say that, we've been saying that as we get into the presidential election cycle here, and obviously the debates, the first primary debate, which will be exclusively streamed on Rumble for the online streaming, is on August 23rd. We do anticipate that 2024, and as we get to this presidential election cycle, things will definitely start to ramp up. And with the deals we have in place on the digital sports leagues and the cultural influencers, we don't see that audience disappearing. So we look to grow on that and build on the engagement there as well.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's Q&A session. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.
Well, there we go. That was a very short, very, very short event there from Rumble. I was quite surprised how short that was. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it's... Let me just close down the link. Rumble, let me just clear that off the screen just for a moment. That was the Rumble earnings. I will put this out as its own video shortly. I'm a little bit concerned, to be honest. I'm on Rumble every day. I use Rumble every day. So, I'm very familiar with it. I know the benefits and the disadvantages and all the rest of it that they were talking about. And I experience it on a day-to-day basis. I've been live on it every single day now for about 6 months. I haven't earned a penny on it, not a single penny. I've earned about $27, but I've not reached the $50 target where I actually get paid. So I've not actually received any money. This is me running on Rumble right now. I've got 334 followers from zero, a few months ago, which is okay, it's growing okay. And as I showed you there on the homepage, I'm always on the homepage. This is rumble.com. And if you look down here, I am, if I just refresh the screen a minute, you'll see me on the live page. Let me just refresh it. On the finance section, you can see me. Let me just go a bit further down. There you go. There I am. In fact, I'm on there twice. As you can see, I appear on the homepage all the time. So this is a concern because these are the top creators. These are the people that make the homepage as the top numbers. You can see there's the video from earlier. There was the closing bell. And there I am right now. So I'm on the homepage twice in the finance section. I'm live all the time. There are some big creators here, and I'm competing against them. I've only been on there 6 months, but I've never earned any money. So it's great hearing Chris Pavlovski talk about creators are earning money and blah, 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 and it's going to attract new people. But I rank on the homepage, and there's only 10 finance channels on here showing. So there are many more These are the top 10 that rank on, and I've got 2 spaces, and I haven't earned any money. So I'm just, and I don't think anyone's live as much as me. I mean, I'm live, up to 10 hours a day. I've actually made the homepage at the top as well several times in the live section. I've been here several times. I've never been a featured artist. I mean, you've got to be a big celebrity for that, I guess. But I have my music channel here as well, and that hasn't made any money either. So at the beginning of that call, he was talking about dreams and so on. So I don't know. I don't know. It's always the Matt Cause channel, and I don't know what the attraction is there. He's got a lot of followers, but his numbers aren't that high. I've had shows that have higher numbers. So I don't know why it's always on the Matt Cause channel. I don't know. I don't know where they're making the money from. And what concerns me is it really does seem to be all about Donald Trump. When I think, this isn't. I'm not a political channel, right? I'm from England anyway. I can't vote anyway in the US. It makes a difference to me. The point is, I'm completely impartial, and I don't think a platform relying on what Donald Trump's going to do is a great business model, because the Truth Social was a flop. DWAC was a flop. What happens when Donald Trump wins or loses? What happens then? I don't know. I have to say I don't know. I think it's gambling on people just. I don't know where. I don't know where it's coming from. Has anyone got any thoughts on it? Rumble needs someone to buy them out, and that's how they can make some money. Rumble Q2 earnings recap and what's coming next with CEO Chris Pavlovski is on Matt Cause channel. Is maybe why so short. Maybe, but shouldn't you present the whole? Why can't Matt Cause go later? This is what I'm saying. Why does the whole earnings call revolve around Matt Cause, a guy who's on Rumble? I've had some shows more than he has. He's got a much bigger channel than me on Rumble. I think he was one of the original ones, and he was promoted. So those who come first onto a platform do get heavily promoted because there's nothing else on there, right? If you're the first person on the platform, you're going to get all the subscribers. So they've adopted Matt Cause. Matt Cause doesn't do anything special or anything like that. And why end a earnings call to your investors just to be on the Matt Cause show? I don't get it. Matt Cause isn't a celebrity or anything. He's just got some viewers on Rumble. I'm a bit unsure of that. Anyway, the first 5 minutes of the conference was an advertisement. Very weird conference call. For an earnings call, didn't sound like Apple, did it? Didn't sound like Google, did it? It just sounded to me like we can do well because we got Matt Cause, Donald Trump, and I'm thinking, is that it? I can tell you, I go live on it every day, and I've made $27, and I haven't been paid yet because I haven't received $50. What can I say? If you've not made money, Martyn, what are the other creators think? They're not gonna want to keep. Well, I never give up, right? It's no skin off my nose to be on Rumble at the same time, right? Let's be honest, right? I can be on Rumble at the same time. It's not difficult for me to do that. I have to make sure that I'm engaging with my audience, but at the end of the day, it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. And in fact, if I look right now, I bet the 3 viewers that I've got right now are my YouTubers who are supporting me, helping me grow on Rumble. It's probably Crag and a couple of others. So look, considering I'm on the homepage of Rumble right now, and I'm featured twice, and I've got 3 viewers, it doesn't tell you a lot. Sensei is on Matt's show in the morning. Sensei. Sensei's not on Matt Caw's show in the morning. Dr. Dremel. Dr. Dremel just said, but Sensei is on Matt's show in the morning. No, he's not. No, he's not. But anyway, I also did a feature of Matt Caw's to build a relationship, to promote Matt Caw's, and nobody watched. No one was interested in it. So the big person they're talking about promoting the earnings didn't even get any views when I promoted it last time. I tried that. I actually went live before Matt Caw's did to promote the Matt Caw's presentation, and nobody watched. So I'm only telling you how it is. You know, I'm not a rah-rah person, as you know. I'm not going to side up with anyone and tell everybody it's great. I'm telling you what the real experience is. Anyway, is the live stream page rank editorialized? That's a good question. That's a very good question. As I understand it, it's those. I mean, let me just tell you. All I can tell you is, I am always. Yeah, I'm number one now. Look, I'm number one for finance. Martyn Lucas, number one. I'm number one all the time. But so I'm not. I beg your pardon. I'm on the top 10 all the time. Now either I'm in the top 10 finance channels on Rumble, which would be great, right? But if I'm in the top 10 and I've earned $27 in 6 months, that's not very good. If it's editorial and they change it, well, it's always me. I'm always here. I don't know. I'd love to say it's great, but I'm not earning any money. And in fact, Crag gave me a $10 super chat on Rumble. So that's a third of the $27 in 5 months, 6 months? I don't know. So I can't see how this is doing well yet. Not saying it's not going to. It looks quite good. It works quite well. But no one's using it. No one's watching it. The numbers are extremely low. I'm always on the homepage and no one's watching. I'm ranking number one right now. I don't know. They go to the moon. Who goes to the moon? Media Matters is trying to tank them. Media Matters is trying to tank them. I don't know nothing about that. Matt Caw's is the key to retail traders, basically providing liquidity to the companies. Matt Caw's is the key to retail traders. What do you mean Matt Caw's is the key to retail traders? Basically providing liquidity to the companies. I don't know what that means. Matt Caw's, the pump and dump king. Well, that's not me. If Matt Caw's wants to go on there tonight and say Rumble's brilliant, when it ain't working for me, I'm not going to do that. And if that means Matt Caw's gets more views and I don't care, because I'm always going to be honest. You know, if they, you know, but I don't know. I'm not going to lie just to make up stories. It's a long road to profit. I think it is. So is Rumble going to go up or down tomorrow? I mean, they didn't focus on the fact I felt like I was listening to a different earnings. I felt it was the promotion for Donald Trump and Matt Caw's. It had no resemblance to the earnings. The earnings is quite simply they said it was the best earnings ever. I don't know how Matt Caw's is going to spin this, but it was actually the worst earnings ever. I mean, I don't know how you get away with that. I don't know how Matt Caw's is going to go. It was great. That is the worst earnings ever. I mean, look. Massively missed, going down, continually going down. They were expecting to lose 8 cents a share, and it's 15 cents a share. You know, I want to say great things, but how can I say great things? What's there to say great? I mean, I don't know I don't know how Matt Caw's is going to go. It's great. It ain't great. But if they're paying him to say it's great and he's going to say it's great, well, good. His audience can go, well, it ain't. But I'm not going to say it, because I ain't. Matt Cause is huge. Well, I was voted as the world piano man by Sir Elton John. Doesn't mean anything online. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, I performed in concert halls and theatres all over the world alongside celebrities and so on. It doesn't mean nothing online. It only meant something in those studios, on those stages. And the fact of the matter is, you say Matt Cause is huge. I've had more views. I've got less followers than he has on Rumble. A lot less. Hundreds of thousands less. I've only got like 300. But I've had some shows as many viewers as he's had. Anyway, this is not about Matt Cause, is it? We're getting off topic now. I'm just talking about the earnings that we just listened to. A lot of retail investors lost a lot of money by following Matt Cause, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, what I'm doing here is not supposed to be follow me, get rich. That's not what I'm about. I'm about building a community that rely on me, honestly, trust me, believe in me, I believe in you. Together, we're not just, I'm trying to get famous and make loads of money and just tell everybody a load of crap. That's not who I am, all right? I don't know how they're going to spin this as a great result when it's the worst earnings they've ever had. I was listening to Chris, and he was saying it was brilliant, the best ever, and I'm thinking, it's the best ever. It's actually the worst earnings you've ever done. I'm confused. Anyway, dumped bad and went way up, then way down. It did. Just keep it real. Don't lie. I don't want to hear a hype and I lose money. Exactly. What is the point? The thing is, I'm not trying to get you to subscribe to me. I don't care whether you subscribe to me or not. I'm not trying to sell videos. What I am trying to do is build a relationship with every one of you and about being the most honest person on YouTube TV. That's what I'm trying to do. And if you like that, then that's great. If you want the rah-rah, go and listen to Matt Cause, and he'll tell you buying Rumble tonight is the opportunity of a lifetime. I don't see it. Rumble losing money. Stay away for it if you want to keep your money, in my opinion. I like the platform, but it's nothing different than YouTube. It's the same. It looks the same as YouTube, but YouTube is searchable. I get viewers because YouTube allow you to search on Google, the biggest search engine in the world. That's just how it works. And it works. And I see it doing that every day. The only reason why anyone is watching me on Rumble right now is my YouTubers who are supporting me because they're my friends and they want me to grow. So those few people who are watching me right now are YouTubers. Or it's not because they've searched for me, because it is simply sat on the homepage and I'm on there twice, because there's nobody else. There's 10 finance channels and I'm better than everybody else. If I'm better than everybody else and I'm in the top 10 of the financial channels I'm number 1 and number 10. I'm in 2 spots. Well, if that's the case, where's the audience? Now, if my quality was rubbish and no one liked me, that's fine. But they would come in and leave. The reality is, if I click on this live broadcast right now, there are 3 people watching, and there have been from the beginning to now. I've lost no one. No one's come and gone. I started with 3. I've still got 3. So no one's disliking it. There's just nobody watching. So I think telling everybody it's great, it's rah-rah. And yeah. Thanks for streaming the conference. You're very, very welcome. I stream all the earnings that we're involved with. Best YouTube live TV channel in the world. Thank you, Mike. Relax, bro. I like honesty. And I will stay, but I don't want to listen to random to random hype stuff. Chris, I've no idea what you mean. Random hype. Relax, bro. I like honestly. Do you mean honesty? I'm just trying to translate what you're saying. I will stay, but I don't want to listen to random hype stuff. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't watch. It doesn't matter to me. As I say, I'm not trying to tell you what you want to hear to make you feel better. I'm trying to give the truth, the facts. That's what Rumble was invented for. A place where people could give the truth. If you don't want to hear the truth, go and listen to Matt Cause, who'll tell you it's great to buy Rumble right now. It's not the truth. Do what you like. I mean, it's your money. I got Dr. Dremel. Let's have a look. Matt does all over market. You do your stocks more on options. Dr. Dremel, that is not true at all. Matt does all over the market. So do I. You do stocks, correct? All the stocks. That's what the market is, and more on options. I never do options. Never done options ever. Dr. Lemel, I have never done option trading ever. Not once have I ever done options. So on Rumble, Dr. Dremel, you saying Matt does the market and you do options is ridiculous. I've never done options. You have 8 people on Rumble. Matt has 3,000. Right? Okay. The reason why Matt Cause has 3,000 and I have 8, I started 3 months ago on here. Matt was on the beginning when there was nobody else to watch. And I'm not criticizing Matt. I'm just simply telling you that they just said, Chris Pavlovsky just said, creators are making money. The platform's making money. It's a great earnings. And I've just told you that isn't true. Music is not stocks. I still like the stock. Music is not stocks. I have a music channel and an investment channel. I don't do music on this channel. Music is not stocks. I have 2 channels. So, and I missed a word. Matt does options. Okay, Matt does options. Great. Let's just be clear. I don't do options. Matt does. Okay. Anyway, all I'm saying is we're going to get the spin that everything is great, and it's not. All I care about is my viewers and telling you the truth. And the earnings, it was the worst earnings, not the best, and it's getting worse, not the best. So I don't know what they were saying. Anyway, Dr. Drummer, I love your piano music. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Thank you, Martin. Craig, you're very welcome. I wish it was good news, but you know me. The news is the news. We don't make it up to sell the videos. Don't think any big-time investor's going to invest in Rumble with a conference call like that. No, I was unimpressed. I thought it was a terrible conference call, and it was one of the worst earnings. There was hardly anybody calling in, any investors calling in. Normally, the investors calling in goes on for nearly an hour. Loads of investors, loads of institutions, banks, retirement funds. No one called in. So who's investing? Number one. Number two, the whole thing was a commercial for what they're doing on Rumble tonight with Matt Cause, and the earnings was great when it wasn't. So anyway, there it is. LOL, no, I'm saying you are doing good. I'm saying I like that you don't. Oh, I see. Thanks, Chris. Yeah. No, it's not what we do. Because I don't care about selling videos. I'm not a YouTuber, and I've said this, explained this why. Someone said to me this morning, they always think it's funny when I say I'm not a YouTuber. Is Elton John a YouTuber because he has a YouTube channel? Is Sky News a YouTuber, the person that reads the news because they're on YouTube? No. Am I a YouTuber? No. A YouTuber is someone that makes videos to sell a headline to get you to watch to make money. I am trying to build a community as if you were in my front living room with me in person, talking directly to everybody, speaking to everybody, always live. Everyone is with me on stage. Everybody's talking to me, and it's honest and real. That is not a YouTuber. That's an entertainer, a broadcaster using TV medium, and YouTube is the TV medium. Yeah, so there's no hype. It won't sell the videos, but I want to go to bed at night knowing I did a good job. I am now getting more people watch on Rumble. It's going up now. We're up to 8. You can see I am buying another 1,000 shares of Rumble. 7 watching and no comments. There's the Rumble comments. Yeah, I'm on Rumble right now, and as you can see, I am buying another 1,000 shares. Dr. Lemmel, tell me why you're buying shares. Are you doing it because you wish to just pump the stock and dump it? Does it have any value? Where do you see the value? Why are you buying the stock? I want to know. Science Explained. I think that content is difficult to find on Rumble. If you spell it wrong, it won't find the video. That's because it's not a search engine like YouTube, Google. It's not. It's simply what they put on the homepage. It's simply what they promote on the homepage. So if you're in the club, I'm in the club, I'm on there twice, but no one's watching. I've got 8 viewers. That's it. Anyway. So what stocks should we invest in, Chris Morrison? Well, I'm not Matt Cause. I'm not going to tell you what stocks to invest in. What I will do, however, is I will share with you my live positions, my real money, other investors on YouTube, and I don't know why we're picking on Matt Cause tonight, poor bloke. Anyway, I actually share with you my real trades. This is my real money, all of my real money. I've got no money in the bank. I've got no money in cash. This is my bank account. I use Robinhood as my bank account to pay my bills. This is all of it. I started with $5,000. I put $4 a week in, and this is my full-time job. This is all I do, live every day, 10 hours a day. There's my Roth, and there's my overall balance, all the money I have in the world. I've got no car loan. I own a house. This is my business. I've got no debts. There's my money. No pension, no savings. That's it. So what should I buy? Well, I can't tell you. I don't give financial advice. But what I will do is I will share with you my portfolio. I've done okay. But that doesn't mean you will if you follow me. I've got Virgin Galactic, Palantir, Gold, VU, Amazon, Apple, NEE, Enphase, Coca-Cola, J&J, Chevron, Tesla, Rivian, McDonald's, Google, Microsoft, Walmart, Tesco's, Tilray, Hood, IonQ, Rocket Labs, Plug, PG, Rumble, Fun, and FFIE. In my Roth IRA, I have Virgin Galactic, Palantir, VU, Amazon, Apple, NEE, Enphase, Coca-Cola, J&J, Tesla, Rivian, McDonald's, Microsoft, Walmart, Tilray, Hood. I've sold out, of course. Hood, IonQ, PG, RUM, Gold, VDC, NXU, Rocket Labs, and Mullen for a joke because everyone finds it entertaining. There you go. That's my positions. I share it all every day before I trade live on Twitter, if you want that. And that's why you'll still be around while others fall. So keep up the good work, Martyn. I appreciate that. One Union Jack, thank you. When I started this 2.5 years ago, I basically retired from touring my music show because of COVID, right? And people said, you'll give up. All YouTubers will. 95% of YouTubers fail. And they all said, you'll give up. Because I said, I'm going to go live up to 10 hours a day. They said, no way you'll do that. I said, yes, I will. And they went, no, you won't. All YouTubers give up. Well, I'm not a YouTuber. And they go, what are you talking about? I spent 37 years touring theatre shows, driving thousands of miles in trucks every week, setting up the equipment, rehearsing, doing 2 shows a day in the matinee and the evening performance. I can work 20-hour days. I have got no problem with that. I've got no problem with investing in myself and spending 2 years working for free if I know I'm going to build a business. And as it happened, I didn't need to spend 2 years. I spent a year working for free, and now I earn on YouTube. I earn on TikTok. I earn on Twitch. And I earn on, well, when I finally get paid on Rumble, I might earn some money on Rumble. But so far, I've got $27. They've not paid me a penny yet because you have to hit the $50. Yeah, but I'm investing in you. I'm investing in my audience. Matt, no good at options. That's the truth. Matt's not good at options. Well, is Matt a financial advisor? Is Matt Kors a financial advisor? I actually asked you guys if you wanted me to take a course. It was, what was it now? Can anyone remember what it was? Was it like $5,500? Was it $3,500? 80 hours to become a qualified affiliated financial coach, which is what I believe Dave Ramsey is. In fact, I don't even believe he's done the course. I asked you if you'd like me to do that, and you all did. So I'm looking at it. I just can't afford it right now to give, if you like, a credible thing to my name. Now, the difference between that and a financial advisor is you follow the same information, except a financial advisor can handle your investments. I don't want to handle your investments. I don't need to become a financial advisor. I don't want to take care of your money because all I want to do is build a family. What you do is up to you. We share information. We help each other. It's always honest. It's always real. I get the information. I share it honestly. I'm judged by my honesty, not by, the information. It's just by sharing what I have. But I don't want to handle your money. Someone called me the other day, actually, and said, could I handle their money? They wanted me to invest on their behalf of Virgin Galactic because he said, you understand it better. You know the people at Virgin Galactic. You study it every day. I said, no. One, I'm not allowed to do that because I'm not a financial advisor. And two, I don't want to. I don't want to handle your money. This is a channel where we all get together and get along and have fun, hopefully making money. That's exactly what it is. The signs are there to stay away from Rumble, to be honest. I think so. What they said tonight didn't fill me with confidence. That earnings was terrible. But, I'm going to continue streaming on Rumble. This is me on Rumble now. I'm building an audience. Let's have a look at the comments. Dr. Dremel, I believe that Rumble is a $40 in 2 years. Matt is way out of my league. He is north 500,000. What you mean in portfolio? My portfolio started at $5,000. I'm up to $55,000 in 2 years. I only put $4 a week in, so anyone can do it. My suggestion is on what to gamble on is ACHR. I'm up 67%. I would never use the word gamble on anything, Dr. Lemmel. Martin, Matt is a young kid. We are both old. All right, fair enough. So is that, I don't know. Yeah, I am. I'm 54 years old. But I've got experience. Does that not count? I don't know. Let's come back to YouTube a minute. Earning call is tomorrow. Let's have a look. Earning call is tomorrow in the morning and before the earning call is tomorrow in the morning and before the COVID was trading at 150. Matt Anthony, we've just had the earnings. What do you mean the earning call is tomorrow? Michael Anthony, what do you mean the earnings call is tomorrow? No debt and read the earnings report from this evening. The earnings call is tomorrow. That was the earnings call. There's no earnings call tomorrow, Michael. I don't know what you mean by that. This Matt guy sounds like your high school anime rival. I couldn't care less what he does. What are you on about? Oh. Jay, Do you mean, you said J-I-O-B. Do you mean J-O-B-I? Do you mean Joby? Do you mean Joby? I'm trying to translate what you're saying to me. Let me have a look. I think you might mean Joby. J-O-B-I. J-O-B-Y. I'm trying to translate. There's nothing. Let's have a look. That earnings has already happened. Joby is already reported. So I don't know. J-I-O-B. J-I-O-B. There is no ticker called J-I-O-B, Michael. I'm not sure what you mean. Anyway, Tesla got smacked now. Elon did a bad job. Let's have a look at Tesla. Let's have a quick look at Tesla. You want to look at that? Tesla. I'm still up 12% on my main. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm still up 20% on my Tesla. I've got no issue with owning Tesla at all. I'm fine with that. I'm holding my position. I'm buying more when it goes down. I'm accumulating down. I also have it in the S&P, of course. I've got no issue with Tesla, I have to be honest. Oh, J-O-B, bought back shares this past quarter. J-O-B, okay. Chris Morrison, how much would a Chuck would if a wood... Chris Morrison's trying to have a go at now. How much wood would a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Flipping heck, mate. You can be a financial coach in the UK with no qualifications. I'm thinking about becoming one. Really? Oh my gosh. That's no good, is it? £40 in 2 years. Why $40? Why not $83? Hell, why not 140 in 2 years? That's so yeah, exactly. You've made the point there. Exactly. People just guessing, just making up numbers. You can look at the balance sheet. You can see that Rumble isn't making any money. It's making less money all the time. But yeah, they'll tell you it's great. I don't know where that's coming from. I hope it was a lovely compliment that I asked if you would like to help me. Oh, there he is, Andy Shovel. This is the guy who asked me. It was a great compliment. It was a wonderful compliment. In fact, Andy Shovel sent me a message on WhatsApp. This was the guy I was talking about. He asked me to help him with his investment on Virgin Galactic. And here he is. This is the guy I was talking about. And I declined because I'm not legally allowed to, and it's not something I want to do. I am happy sharing my relationships. I've got Matthew Brown, who's a billionaire who invests in SpaceX, who wanted to buy Virgin Orbit. Matthew Brown follows me on Instagram. He talks to me. He's contacted me. I have people at Virgin Galactic that I know, people at Virgin Orbit that I know, lots of people that I know in the stocks that I invest in. I build relationships with people, and I'm happy to share that information, ask on your behalf questions, tell you what I'm doing with the stocks, research it up to 10 hours a day, go live so you can see what I'm doing and question me and check me. Happy to do all of that. But I wouldn't handle anybody's money. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. But yes, I thought it was a lovely compliment that I asked if you'd like to help me with it. It was a very nice compliment. I was honored by that. Of course I was. Tesla will go up next month when the electric motors are revealed to everyone. The electric motors, Elon will get that technology. I invested another chunk today as I feel like it's nearly bottomed out. I agree with you. Only if you think long term, though. Though still watch the flights with my fingers hovering over the sell. Absolutely, you've got to take profits along the way. Absolutely have to. And then you can reinvest the profits and make money from the profits. Absolutely right. Job. And I hit the wrong key. No problem, Michael Anthony. Chris is laughing his head off. I'm not sure what he's laughing his head off at. Probably because of my woodchuck chucking whatever it was. But anyway, Tesla just cut their prices in China. Demand slowing for their cars. I don't see demand slowing at all. If you look at the earnings, if you look at the numbers, I don't see demand slowing at all. Was Rumble up? Which report today? Was Rumble... I'm not sure I know what you mean. Let's go, says Sensei Crypto, just tuned in. We've just had the Rumble earnings, and it wasn't a good earnings. They said it was their best ever. See, this is the trouble. I don't know why people do this. I don't know why people ever exaggerate or make up stories or ever say stuff. I mean, I know people are daft and people will watch the drama. They do. But their earnings tonight was terrible. They cut it short. They had like 3 questions from investors because they haven't got any others. Obviously, where were they? They said, we're cutting it, going early because they wanted to be on the Matt Core show. I think that's terrible to promote Rumble. I think that's silly. Talk to the investors. They said it was a great earnings when it was the worst earnings they've ever done. They said it was our best result and it was their worst result. And they said that creators are all making money. Well, I'm on it 10 hours a day. I've earned $27 and not ever been paid yet because I haven't reached the $50 limit yet. And I'm on the homepage all the time. So it's not like I'm not there. And it's not like people are coming and leaving. They're just not coming. And I'm on the homepage. So if anyone was going to get an audience, it would be me. The reason why Matt Cause has got a bigger audience because he was the first one on. It's not growing for new creators. That's the facts. So anyway, I don't know what that earnings was all about. Anyway, yeah, I was laughing at the woodchuck because I knew you would read it and mess it up. It was a fun... Of course I would read it. I read all my comments. It gets me in trouble sometimes. Anyway, I have to be careful. Right, we've got to go. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube, Twitter. I'm not live on Facebook anymore. It was a waste of time. I'm not live on LinkedIn either. That was a waste of time. I'm focusing on YouTube and Rumble and TikTok. All right. Let's see what Mr. Dremel says. Mr. Dr. Lemel. I got 10 years on you. This is playtime for me. I didn't really like Red Hill, London, other than the pubs and the people. Brilliant. Well, I'm from Cornwall, but I couldn't live in London. I like visiting London, but I'm afraid I can't live in London. I'm afraid I have my house in Cornwall and my studio is here in Dallas, Texas. All right. Some analysts are suggesting Tesla cutting price because orders are poor in China. If they were good, Tesla would never cut its price. I don't agree with you at all. If you understand the earnings and understand the numbers, the reason why Tesla are cutting their prices because they can afford to, because their margins are through the roof, and Elon Musk is focusing on earning money from licensing out to other companies that want the autopilot, not full self-drive. Also, he's focusing on the full self-drive technology, making more money than the cars. It's all about dominance of having everyone driving a Tesla and then everyone signing up for full self-drive. I think Elon Musk is way ahead of the competition, so I'm not concerned with that. And remember, they are the only EV company actually making money on their cars. The other EV companies are losing money on their cars. Every time Lucid sell a car, it loses money. The main reason for that, of course, is Peter Rawlinson, the CEO, pays himself $500 million a year in salary. Rivian are also losing money on every car they sell. Tesla, however, is making it. And I think what Elon Musk wants is everyone owning a Tesla, then full self-drive, robo-taxis. And if you've not yet fully understood what that's about, you can buy a Tesla and never drive it. You never need to drive it. It sits in your garage. It gets called out on a robo-taxi. It drives itself, picks up someone, takes them somewhere, and earns you money, which pays for the car and makes a profit. Everyone who doesn't even need a car could buy a Tesla and have it working for them and providing the world with taxis. I might buy one, and I don't even need a car to go anywhere. I don't own a car. I do not own a car. Don't need one. I'll buy a Tesla and it can drive around taking everybody wherever they want to go, and I'm earning money without going anywhere. There you go. Matt Kors got known for AMC and now he's a bag holder. I'm not a bag holder in anything. I lost money on Virgin Galactic. I took a loss, got out, and now I've bought it back, and now I'm only down a few percent. I'm not a bag holder in anything. Creating videos so you can rank on some social media platform to build an audience is stupid. That's if anyone follows an investor channel that just holds on to a stock, for want of a better word, I use the word idiot. Because you are an idiot. If you buy a stock to get viewers, to a meme stock, something that like GameStop, AMC, DWAC, I don't know, anything like that, you do it because you know everybody wants to get rich quick, binky bonk, crypto coin, whatever it might be, just to get everybody to watch because you want everyone to subscribe to you. You're an idiot, because not only are you buying rubbish, everyone's following you buying rubbish. They're all losing money. And when you go to bed at night, how do you feel proud of yourself? I feel proud of myself every day. I love what I do. I love the community. I cannot make up ridiculous stories just to get you to watch because you're all hungry. Do you know the most successful channels on YouTube? I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. The most successful channels on YouTube by miles are the channels which tell you how to be successful on YouTube. It's the biggest joke in the history of the world ever. And let me explain why. People go on YouTube and we all want to be rich and famous. Everybody wants to be rich and famous. People go onto YouTube and they want to be rich and famous. So the question they write in, the number one search on YouTube is how to be successful on YouTube. So people that started at the beginning who answered that question, how to be successful on YouTube, have actually got no skills, no knowledge whatsoever how it works, because nobody knows how it actually works. No one. Unless you're the guy who programs the algorithm, nobody knows how it works. These guys on YouTube, meet Kevin, for example, used to work, I think it was in Pizza Hut. I've always been a professional entertainer since I was 16. I never worked in Pizza Hut. I've been doing this same thing all my life. They started on YouTube and others, Vanderchuk, all the big guys, Mr. Beast, all the big ones. And they make videos on how to get... Mr. Beast is actually different. He actually makes great videos, right? But all the others make videos on how to be successful, how to create a YouTube channel, how to make a thumbnail, da-da-da-da-da. And the only reason they're successful, and that's why you follow them, is because you were asking the question, they made the video, it got successful, they got famous because you kept asking the question. It's a self-redeeming prophecy. If you ask a question and you deliver it, you will become famous because you're delivering what everyone's asking. So now everyone follows you because you must know what you're talking about because you keep saying how to get successful on YouTube and you're successful. The only reason they're successful is not because they know anything, because they don't, is because you asked the question, they delivered a made-up answer. Oh, well, if you do this, if you do that, if you do this, if you do the other. You then watch So then they become successful. So then you believe what they're saying. And then they get more successful. It's the biggest joke ever. Now, I know this firsthand because I have met the world's and worked with the world's biggest YouTubers. The world's biggest. I did in Dallas 3 years ago. Was it just before COVID or just after COVID? Just before COVID, I think it was. The Video Marketing World Conference. And I met the biggest YouTubers on the planet. And they were all saying the same thing. How to be successful on YouTube. 99% of them make content about how to be successful on YouTube. And they give conferences on it. And everybody who wants to be rich and famous goes and listens to these people tell you how to be rich and famous on YouTube. And they all say the same thing. They don't know how it works. Nobody does. It works quite simple. If I put content out and you watch it, YouTube show you that again. Another video I make. And if you watch it again, it will show you again. It's why I always come up in your YouTube homepages, because you all watch me, right? So what happens is these people and people online want to be rich and famous. They type it in. It shows the ones who first provided that content. And because you watch it, it shows you again. So they basically, it's like being a drug dealer. You become addicted, so you keep going back to the drug dealer. So the drug dealer gets really successful. Pablo Escobar, he got very successful, right? Because everybody was desperate for his content. Everyone needed what he was selling. Wasn't a good bloke. Didn't produce anything good, did he? No, but everybody wanted it. And it's the same thing. And the number one video on YouTube is how to be successful on YouTube. And that's it. And anyway. Let's read some of the comments and I need to get off. Maybe true, but there's a big seller sitting around $290 on Tesla. And let's see if the price can break through that price level. If it does, then you're right, Martin. Let's see if I'm right. AMC got destroyed today. Well, of course AMC got destroyed today. AMC's a load of rubbish. You've only got to read the balance sheet. It's not rocket science. Making money is easy. Keeping it's the hard part. AMC is a load of rubbish. It doesn't make any money. It's a meme stock. It exists just because people can go on and watch YouTube channels and Rumble channels and ask the question, how can I get rich today? I don't want to buy a company that actually makes money. I don't want to invest. I want to gamble and get in and out in 5 minutes. And because there's a desire for that from most people like Matt Kors and other people like BitBoy, Cryptos Are Us, Meet Kevin, whoever, Graham Stepan, Andre Sheck, all these people, they exist because they feed in, and they were all the guys that sponsored and were sponsored by FTX. The guy's in prison now. These people took money to promote rubbish. And people buy rubbish. They love it. They love it because you're telling the world how to get rich now. This is what you do to be like me, whether it's be like me on YouTube, be like me on Rumble and you can get famous, or buy my rubbish and you can get famous and rich. I will never, ever do it, which is why it's harder for me to grow, because people don't want to hear the truth. However, when they discover what I do here, they stay, they become a member. People watch up to 4 hours, 5 hours a day, and we build a community, a real community that stand by you. That's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. So at the end of the day, I can go to bed at night feeling proud and happy what I've done. Not, hey, Leah, I've made loads of money today. I've talked about some crap on some crappy Bitcoin. I've talked about some rubbishy thing, AMC, and everyone wants to get rich. So they're all watching my YouTube channel, and I've got flames all over the thing telling you the world's coming to an end. I don't need the money. I do need the money, but I'm rich enough that I'm married and I have a house and I've got a few quid in the bank. I'm not selling anything to anybody for any reason. Anyway, TA and short term is separate from the statements you're making, Sensei Crypto. Here is a question for you. If you don't tell people a good stock to get in, what do you do? Chris, people watch me every day. This is after hours now. We're not trading right now. We're not investing right now. During the day, we're covering the news on Bloomberg. We're covering the news. We've got Sensei rings in, shares the technical charts of what's going on. I will tell you what I'm hearing from my contacts at the companies. I study the balance sheet. I understand the stock. I watch the stock every day. I read the news. I talk to people. I share that information. That's what we do. But we also support each other. And because it's real and because it's honest, I get real information, which I share with you, and my viewers get real information, which they share with me. So we actually get what's actually going on, not a load of rah-rah just to keep you online to make money. And every Friday, we do this. We started last Friday, the very first one. We do this unedited, live, as it happens. We do a live phone-in. My members call in and share their real trades, their real positions, what they're experiencing, what they're learning. Look, here it is. This was last Friday's content. This is what we did. These are our real members, real investors, right? There's Mike. And we learn from each other. This is what we do, and it's open to all my members to call in and share their information. So that's what we do. And just to show you that being honest and being real, even though it's hard, will win eventually. Look at this. Average videos on my channel for an average subject, not Virgin Galactic because I trend for that. An average subject, 100, 200 views in the first 24 hours, something like that, for an unknown stock. I purposely called this Friday phone-in, star guess. That is nothing trending, nothing hyped about that. That will not get anyone to watch. Done on purpose. It was designed specifically to appeal to my members, my audience, my viewers, not to try and sell the narrative, not to try and go, market's going to zero today, Bitcoin's going to get rich, we're going to get rich. Nothing like that. Friday phone-in, star guess. And because my audience watch me, this gets shown on their home pages, and 439 have already watched it. That's, for me, really good numbers. And most of them have watched it over 80%. The average on YouTube is about 15%. 80% of my viewers have watched it. Have watched 80% of it. That click-through rate and that watch time is insane because they saw it on their homepage. They didn't need the trending title. They didn't need doom and gloom. They didn't need promises of getting rich. They watched it because they wanted to see what the fellow members in the community had to say. That's why they watched. And next week, it'll be even more. And 2 years from now, we'll have over 100,000 members on YouTube, subscribers on YouTube, probably over 1,000 members at the ratio we're growing right now. And in 4 years, we could be at 1 million subscribers. Not 1 million people that are searching to get rich, but 1 million people that are supporting each other. And then we go to 100 million like Mr. Beast. And we actually have an army. And we already have 38 countries of members, paid members. 38 countries. We're only 10,000 subscribers, but we have 38 countries in 14 languages. We've got we've got engagement more than anyone. We're just small. No one knows it yet. So that's what we're about, Chris. I hope that makes sense. The thing is, Martin, these memes might be a rubbish stock, but if you buy and sell at the right time, you can make money fast. You can. Absolutely right. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But if I'm guessing, and that's all that people like Matt Kors do, is guess. Not an educated financial advisor, just guessing. Guessing to build fame for themselves and make money for themselves. When they get it wrong, and they will, where do you go from there? If you are a gambler and you take your mates into a casino and you get it right, everyone thinks you're amazing. But what happens when you get it wrong? All your mates walk away and never see you again. I don't want to be that person. That ain't no good for me. That's rubbish. In fairness to Matt, he often says not to follow his trades and do your own research. A lot of people just love to hate on him and blame someone else. That's correct. That is correct. I get that all the time. I get people all the time either say I'm an idiot because I won't promote their favorite stock. They'll say, you're an idiot. Lucid's the best company in the world. And I go, no, it's not. It's rubbish. It's the best it's probably the best EV in the world. But the company, if you're looking at balance sheets, money, revenue, bottom line, it's rubbish. It's rubbish. And other people say to me, I bought Virgin Galactic because of you and I've lost money because of you. Well, I said, did you get out when it made a profit? Well, no, because you said it's going to go to $100, but I also sold it. I also took a profit when it flew. Did you do that? No. Well, it's your fault. They blame me because they don't take profits. I can't help people like that. Time will tell which statements have I made. Space is a great drug dealer. I'm addicted. I love it. Zach Zate. If they were good, Tesla would never cut its price. That is fundamental. Seller sitting around 290 on Tesla. That's a technical. How does statement 2 void statement 1? Sensei, I'm not sure where we're at now. This is something you said earlier. AI will be good. I'm an investor in AI. How do you invest in AI? I invest in AI through Amazon. And I'm consistently making money on Amazon. I'm up 40% now on Amazon. There's my position. I've trimmed. I've taken profits. I'm up 40% on Amazon. Because Amazon are an investor in IonQ, and they are also investing in AI technologies all over the place. But I've got the stability of a company with plenty of cash on the books, manageable debt, and a strong business model. I'm not going to risk a new upstart, and I've done it. C3 AI, C3, was it C3 AI? I forget now. It was AI, C3.ai, I forget now. Anyway, I made some money on them when they dropped down. I made some money. But I don't like revisiting the same table if you're a gambler, right? You know what I mean? I made some money. I put it in Amazon, and I'm making money through Amazon. Now, I've got a lot of investor friends who invest millions of shares of Amazon, millions. And I listen to what they're telling me, what's going on behind the scenes with Amazon and what's going on there. And if you want to buy AI, for me, it's Amazon and Google as well. I sold my Google position because I made 50%. I don't hold a stock forever. If I'm up 50 to 100%, I take some profit. Because why did I buy in the first place? Not to just hold it, to make profits, to buy something that does it again. And that's how I grow my portfolio. Let's have a look. I see a conversation going on between Fatsa Talks and Sensei Crypto. Sensei, I doubt it. I'm reading... I'm reading these comments here. Chris Morrison, what makes you so sure they never say never? It was $100 not long ago, and without good reason. Absolutely. There is no doubt about it that Tesla can go to $100. Elon Musk himself has said, stop buying my stock, and it can go down. Absolutely. Sensei, anything is possible, but it was that low because they made the cap larger. If it goes to 120, I'll be... See, the trouble is, when I listen to people talk about the price, I hear this all the time with Virgin Galactic, and I've checked this, and C3AI, thank you ever so much, Dr. Lemmel, C3AI, that was it. I've seen people make this mistake all the time. And this is fact. We've proved it. We've done a poll. I've polled my audience many times and asked how many people have read the balance sheet. Honestly, because don't lie. We learn nothing from lying. We learn everything from everyone telling us what they think, right? And it was way above 80% had never read the balance sheet on the stock they own. So if you've never read the balance sheet and you've never watched the earnings and you don't follow the financials, how do you know what cheap is? And what I get from people who don't know any of those things is they look at it and go, Virgin Galactic is cheap because it's $3. If there was only one share outstanding for Virgin Galactic, by God, $3 would be cheap because you'd be buying the whole company, or at least every share available, because they will always own the majority shares. Otherwise, you would be in charge of the company, right? You'd buy all the outstanding shares for $3. Well, you know how much cash they've got. They own the rockets. They are assets to a certain degree. If nobody wants to buy the rocket, they're not worth anything because they cost money to run, right? A rocket costs money. It's not necessarily an asset unless it makes any money, right? Buying a rocket, it's like buying a Ferrari. It's going to cost you money, right? Is it an asset? Not necessarily. So if you could buy the entire cash that they have on the books, then yes, it's worth $3. That's cheap. So $3 for one share of, if that was the only share, it's cheap. However, if there are a gazillion shares of Virgin Galactic at $3.15, is it cheap now? Well, of course it's not. And too many people say it's cheap because it sounds cheap. Oh, it's $3. Yeah. But how many shares are there? Work out the market cap. And we know what the market cap is because we can look at it and we can see that the outstanding shares is 1.19 billion. That's what it's worth. So is that cheap? So what we need to do is look at what they earn, and we know what they're earning. Price per earnings ratio is negative $1.52. They're losing money. What's their cash burn? How quickly are they burning through cash? Do they have customers? Have the customers paid up front? Are they going to fulfill on those payments? Are they refundable deposits? Could they lose all their money? How much are they spending on research and development? Blah, blah, blah. That takes effort. Most people don't want to do that. Most people just want to go, oh, how am I going to get rich? So then you work it out that $3.15 isn't cheap. I said before the last earnings and the last flight that the stock could go to $1.50. Not because it's a guess, not because it just sounds good. You know, why not $1? Why not 53 cents and a half? $1.50 was before I knew about they could bump up the seats and earn extra revenue from the research seats. I learned about how many shares they'd actually issued and how many more they've got to do. We had a good idea, but now we know exactly, right? So I revalued and said the cash on the books, what they've got, what it's worth is a bottom potentially of $3. Originally, I said $1.50 and everyone laughed at me. Oh, no, it can't go to $1.50. Well, yes, it can. Absolutely. It can go below value. And that's what Warren Buffett does. He looks at a company, what's it worth, and he tries to buy it under value. In other words, a can of Coke is worth $1 to you. If you can buy it for 20 cents, it's good value, isn't it? Because you use it, you drink it. It's normally $1, costs you $1 all the time every day to buy it. Today at 20 cents, you buy it. Like the example I use about toothpaste. That's value. That's worth buying. You stock up on Coke. It's a good idea, right? Well, the actual value of Virgin Galactic is around about $3. So it's a good value right now, but you're only paying what it's actually worth if everything goes well. That doesn't mean to say it can't go lower. A good deal would be buying it for $2, $2.50. Now you're getting a value. That doesn't mean to say it can't go lower. That doesn't mean to say it can't fail and go bankrupt. It can. But at least you're buying some value. So people get carried away with what's cheap because the number sounds cheap. That's exactly why Apple's doing very well tonight, by the way. Another one of my big positions. People talk about that being overvalued. It's not. Nor is Amazon, which is why I own that. Nor is my other one that everyone talks about is overvalued. McDonald's. People always tell me, oh, that's what old men buy. It's too expensive. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's expensive, but quality often is. But it's not overvalued. It's expensive, but what you get is a great deal of value. Is it undervalued? Is it cheap? No. Are you buying McDonald's on a bargain? No. You're paying a premium, but you're buying a great company that will make you money and at least hold the value even in bad times. That's why I own it. Where I am, cars not selling well and prices are plummeting at car auctions, even Mercedes, BMW cutting retail prices. I think demand might be a problem. That's a very different concept. You're talking about BMW and so on. When we're talking about Tesla, we're talking about the robo-taxis and how the car can actually make a return. We are in a difficult time. It is difficult to sell cars, not because nobody wants a Tesla. It's because people can't afford one, or it's difficult because the economy is difficult. Right now, the economy is difficult, right? Inflation, interest rates are high. But I believe we have hit a point where we should be at a pause. Some people are predicting now we're going to get a pivot. That would be bad. But the markets are 6 months ahead of the economy. They're looking where the economy is going, not where the economy is now. The economy is tough. People are struggling. There's no two ways about it. Not everyone can afford a new car. But those that say incorrectly that Tesla, we had someone the other day saying, some flipping idiot, saying that the average price is $50,000 for a Tesla. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can buy a Tesla now for less than a lot of gas cars. So it's not true at all. Anyway. Let me get through these. Sorry, I meant they gave more shares. They broke it to use maybe 6. I'm just trying to read all these comments. I do the stock AI because everyone who searches a stock for AI, that pops up, and people are too lazy to research and they buy it. Yeah, Chris, I understand that, right? And that is why we talked about the other day the numbers of how many people viewed the flight with Virgin Galactic. I had 23,000 people join me live for the first flight. I had 4,000 for the second flight. That wasn't because of my content. I had more subscribers. I had more viewers. Did they not like my content? No. Virgin Galactic was dramatically down. The NASA channel was dramatically down. People were watching it on TV, on the news, But people searching for it on YouTube online wasn't so bothered because the novelty has worn off. The first flight was the first flight. The second flight didn't get anyone's excitement. So yeah, it's important to know who's searching for stuff. Yes, but don't buy it on popularity alone, because then otherwise you just end up buying a lot of crap. And what is the point of that? I like how he's honest though. I like how Chris says, I'm lazy. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to find out what the best company is. I'm just going to see what everyone else is buying. Trouble is, though, that's what everybody does. And that's why the stock market is the way it is. Anyway, if vehicle sales are up, I like the honesty, though. If vehicle sales are up, why are the prices coming down? Should be the other way around, no? Well, it's more to it than that, isn't it? Fatso Talk stocks. Tesla can afford to bring prices down. Yes, they can, because they have the highest margins of any EV company. They can afford to sell the cars at a loss and completely, overnight, crush the entire competition and make money on everything else. There's full self-drive, insurance, their solar industry, the energy industry, the robotaxis, the Optimus, whatever they call it, the robot, whatever. There's many more things that licensing deal to Ford with the autopilot, the self-charging. They can make money so many ways. They could afford to lose money on a car, virtually give it away, and still make money, and that thereby crushing the competition. But Elon Musk does not want to crush the competition. He wants everyone to get an EV and do good for the environment, right? So comparing Tesla with everybody else is so ridiculous. It just means you haven't understood the business that you're buying. With the interest rate so high, it's going to kill demand. That's what interest rates are designed to do, really. They are, correct. Everything is fairly resilient at the moment about the market, housing. Yes, the economy is resilient. The US market is resilient. The GDP in the UK has gone up. The GDP of the United Kingdom is growing. Small, but it's growing. People aren't running out of money. Don't think that people are running out of money, because they ain't. It's tough. It's hard. It's always been tough. Back in the 80s, my parents bought a house at 13% mortgage. It's not tough at 5%. It's been a lot worse. If demand doesn't fall, Fed won't raise interest rates. If demand doesn't fall, the Fed won't stop raising interest rates. They certainly can. They certainly can. It's not all about that. There are other indicators which would suggest, some are saying a pivot is in order. I think a pause, and I said it last FOMC as well. I saw Subaru, it's interesting, for $54,000. Hey, what chart would you use? Should I use? Webull is rubbish. What do you use to find your info if you would go look up information on a stock? Chris, do you want to know how I find my information? My family, the community, the people that watch. We have a Discord where people send information. We have Sensei who calls in regularly with chart analysis. We have lots of information. Plus, I do things the old-fashioned way. I make contacts, relationships with people that work at the factories. People that are on the ground with the companies. Every one of my stocks, I speak to people at the factory. I know what's going on with my Amazon. I know what's going on with Virgin Galactic. I know what's going on with Apple. And as my channel grows, I build more and more relationships. They follow me on Twitter. They follow me on Instagram. I talk to them. That's what I do. I buy companies, not stock prices. I understand what I'm buying. Anyway, I'm going to end the show. We're way over time. I've been talking for hours. I shouldn't be here, but I am. I don't know why I carried on. Dr. Lemmel. I watched Matt Cord for the comments. Some good options and some cost me a bunch. Just like Martin, C3I hurt, space hurt, C3 is a house of cards. There we go. I've covered all the comments. Right, let me get out of here. How many people are actually watching this show? I wasn't even paying attention. Hang on a minute. I don't even know how many people are watching me. I'm not even paying any attention. Oh, there we go. I think there are. Where am I? I wasn't even paying attention today. 20 people watching. Right, I've got to end this stream. I'm way over time. I've got to get out of here. There you go. 20 people left watching me now. Anyway, I'm going to get gone. I don't know why I stayed on for so long. I need his family so I get information. I need his family so I get information. Thanks. He is going to watch Matt Cause. Who is? I ain't going to watch no one. I'm going to have my dinner. Right. Thanks, Martin, for covering the conference call. Have a good night, mate. Thank you much indeed. I'm not going to... yes, I am. Always play out the music. We're not going to do day trader of the day, though. All right. I'm going to just end the stream right there. Need to get going. And I'll see you back in the morning. Thanks to all of you who watched. Thanks to all of you that watched my music premiere tonight. That was the Friday phone-in. Where was it? If you've not yet seen it, I'm going to give you the link for it. We just gained another subscriber. You'll hate me. I just did the roll round thing, you know. I didn't. You know what I mean. Anyway, let me end the show there. Thank you ever so much for all your super chats, likes, subscribers, and all the rest of it. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks ever so much indeed. See you back in the morning. If you've not yet seen the premiere, forget the premiere. I want to give you this. Here's the $204 cash giveaway. We're giving away $204 cash, completely free to enter, free for all, easy to do. If you want to win some money, I like giving it away. There it is. Go and help yourself. That's it. I'm done. Thank you ever so much. I'm out of here. Until next time, have a wonderful evening. See you back in the morning. I cannot believe how I've gone on for so long. Leah's thinking, what the hell? You realise it's 5:45. See you back in the morning. All right? Until then, as always, take care of your money. Take care of yourselves. Is that music playing? I can't hear it. Is it playing? It is playing, isn't it? It's just really, really quiet. Anyway, doesn't matter. As always, take care of yourselves and each other. No problem, Chris. You can use my referral if you want a pro plan. There you go. Sensei is talking to Chris. Sensei can help you a lot. Have a chat with Sensei. He will sort you out. I'll see you back in the morning. Have a lovely evening. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye for now.